let's chat about weapon mounted lights. Now, I have a few requirements when it comes to my weapons mounted light. Yours might be different from mine, but I think we can all agree a weapons mounted light is important. It needs to work. It must work always. When that light comes into play, the shit is hit the fan. Now, remember, a weapons mounted light is not a replacement for your handheld. Your handheld is always your tool that you're going to use to search, look, and get information with. Your weapons mounted light will only come into play when the shit has hit the fan, when the shooting's about to start. It's only there to help you improve your shooting at night. Shooting a gun with one hand and a flashlight in the other is not as easy as shooting with a weapons mounted light attached. It's as simple as that. And remember, when using a weapons mounted light in your gun, you must also remember to use the 4 rules of Jeff Cooper that he came up with years ago. Those rules still apply, and I think even more so with a weapons mounted light. Now, let's look at what I want out of my weapons mounted light. Batteries. I prefer a CR123A battery, or the rechargeable brothers, the RCR123A, or otherwise known 16340. But most important, I want the ability to swap the battery out of the light when a battery dies. Okay, now why CR123As? Shelf life. It's as simple as that. That battery has an extremely long shelf life. You can pop one of those batteries into your weapons mounted light, not use your weapons mounted light for a month, take it out of the holster, switch it on, it's going to work. The shelf life of those batteries is why guys like Surefire, Streamlight still use CR123A batteries. The rechargeable ones don't have that a long runtime. And also what I like about a CR123A battery is when it's busy going, you'll notice it in the light. The light will go dimmer. A RCR16340, any rechargeable battery, will just die, which is not optimal. The CR123A is going to give you a warning. Now, my JETBeam T2, as some of you might know that follows the channel, I've been running that light on my self-defense gun for more than a year now. That thing works with a 16340 battery that's included in the package. But that battery has got a USB port built into the battery where you plug a mini USB in and you can charge the battery like that. You don't need an external charger to charge a battery. Those batteries have never been a favorite of mine, but that one in the JETBeam has been working perfectly this last year. I've shot my gun a lot with that light on. I've tested that light a lot. It keeps on working. I have to charge it every now and again, maybe once a month, but it still works. That is an excellent battery. I've had some of those batteries fail me in my torture test and other uses. So be careful of those batteries. Make sure the battery that you put in your gun works. Now, coming back to why these batteries. Why do I want a battery, not a built-in thing in my weapons mounted light? If my light dies, I want the ability to take the battery out and put a fresh one in. Simple as that. In a gunfight, nobody's going to give me a chance to go recharge my weapons mounted light and say, hey, wait, we'll wait for you, don't worry. That's not going to happen. I want to be able to take that battery out, put the new one in. Simple as that. Okay, that brings me on to my next part, a holster. You need to have a good holster for your gun and your weapons mounted light. Here's my everyday carry gun. It's clear, empty. Safe direction, nobody else here with me. Right, as you can see, my weapons mounted light is secured on here with the classic screw type mounting. I prefer this. This will secure the gun, the light to the gun perfectly. And for that, you need a good holster to carry your gun. I want to be able to carry this light on my gun permanently, 24/7. I'm not taking this off. So I need a good holster for that, and the holster must fit securely onto the light and not activate the switches in any kind of way. So we'll get back to holsters later on when we talk about edge custom carry. Now, let's go back to the mounting. This type of mounting, the screw-on mounting, is by far the best mounting. This light will never come off the gun. I prefer this. This is secure on my gun. This light is now part of my gun. And I think maybe the most important factor that we need to consider when choosing a weapon mounted light is build quality. ANSI Plato FR1 2019 standard or ANSI NEMA FR1 2009 standard. That's a must. If those a weapon mounted light doesn't feature that, don't buy it. I won't sell it to you also. All of these lights feature that. Needs to be made out of a good quality aircraft grade aluminium, so it's light and tough. And then anodizing, it needs to be anodized. HA-free anodizing is the standard these days. That is the scratch resistance of the coating. Now that doesn't concern me a lot. I just want the light to be tough. It needs to survive the recoil of a handgun. The other thing to look at is the Ipx rating. Ipx 67 and higher definitely must be dust and rain resistant. Your weapons mounted lights, some of them you can't dunk them in water and expect them to work, but they will work in a rainstorm. Some of these lights are rated higher than Ipx 67. That's something you have to consider when buying a weapons mounted light. It needs to be tough. It needs to be tough to survive life as part of your EDC and shooting on your handgun. So consider that when buying a weapons mounted light. Now, let's look at the three options that 480BC supplies offer. First up, let's look at the JETBeam T2. I've done a full review of this light on the channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. Check it out. This light's been on my gun for more than a year. I like it. I like the shape of it. I like the look of it. I like the switches. I like that I can replace the battery without taking the gun off, the light off the gun. You just turn it out here. It's dual fuel, runs on normal CR123A batteries or the rechargeable batteries. This one ships with a direct USB rechargeable 16340 battery, and it's held up to all my testing. Yeah, look at the review. I've shot a lot of rounds through this light. This thing works. And the coating on this light is excellent. I mean, you can look at it. The gun's got, this is a 6 hour, so coating on a 6 hour is excellent. It's got holster away from all the use, but the light is still perfect. This is an excellent light. I like that it's got a good balance of lumens and candela. One of my choices when I go for a weapons mounted light. But there's some new kits on the block. Let's look at them. The Nitecore NPL20 weapons mounted light. 460 lumens, 1440 candela, 76 meters. Doesn't sound a lot, but the light this tiny lens puts out will amaze you. This has got a Cree XP G3 S3 LED. I don't know who names these things, but this light works. It's got the least lumens and candela of all my offerings to you, but the light it puts out is just brilliant. From that tiny lens there. Now, that's where this is different from other options on the market. Your battery compartment is here. So your battery goes in there, your light is there. That makes the light compact, but it does make the light a little bit thicker this way. So it will stick out a little bit on your gun, but not by much. And I think a holster manufacturer will enjoy that. It will be easy to make holsters for this. This one is on its way to Eugene at Edge Custom Carry to do his magic so that we can offer you holster options for this. Because I think this is a real contender for the compact weapons mounted light in South Africa. Ambidextrous switching, the normal stuff, full on, momentary, off, screw type on mounting with a universal rail adapter. So you don't have to worry about a 1913 or a Glock rail adapter. This one works on both and it's very secure. Shot 200 rounds the other day over this light. This thing sits on the gun like nobody's business. It's not coming off there. You just have to tighten the screw properly. This thing will not come off the gun. This thing is very secure and it functions perfectly. What I like about it is the price, 1,450 Rand for a Nikkor built weapons mounted light. Nitecore's got a reputation. They make excellent lights. And this thing is just amazing. The switching works on it. The mounting is perfect. The fact that I can take the battery off without taking the light off the gun, it just works. I like this light a lot. This is an amazing light. Like I said, it's not the most powerful light, but for a self-defense situation, this thing will work more than enough. This is a proper contender on the South African weapons mounted light market, especially in the compact range. This is a winner. But now let's look at the brand new kit on the block. The Opsmen Fast402, the new kit on the block. Not a compact light, but you do get a lot of bang for your buck here. These lights are available now for 1,400 Rand, including two CR123A battery. This light uses CR123A batteries, 2 of them. Doesn't use any other batteries. You'll have to use CR123A batteries, but I told you, those batteries are still the choice for weapons mounted lights. Ambidextrous switching, full on. If you click it, momentary, works perfectly. But sensitive on the switch side, so just be careful of that. But I've shot 400 rounds over this light. I didn't have any problems there. This is just an amazing light. Screw on mounting again with different rail adapters for Glock or 1913. The only problem is you have to take the light off to change the batteries. Battery compartment is here in the back. 2 CR123A batteries in there. 600 lumens. 13,000 candela. A reach of 150 meters. Made by Opsmen. They are well known for their hearing protection. They've also made a lot of weapons mounted light. This is not their first one. So they know what they're doing. This is just a brilliant light. The way it's designed, for the money, I don't think you can beat this light. Yes, it's not a compact weapons light. So if you're going to put it onto a Glock 19 perhaps or a CZP07, you will have some of the ledge sticking out underneath the barrel. Now, a lot of oaks don't like it. I don't mind it. What I don't like is having the light shorter than the barrel, because then you're going to have weird shadows there. This I like this. This is an excellent light. Sometimes oaks say then your light's going to get dirty. If you shoot your gun enough with your weapons mounted light on, it will get dirty. Compact or not compact, it will get dirty. Just clean it. There's a lot of tricks you can do to prevent that. Chapstick and all those types of things. But just clean your lens every now and again after you've shot it. It's a brilliant light there. You'll see in the beam shots now later on that it doesn't have a lot of spill, but it does have a lot of flow and a concentrated hot spot. Just amazing light. I like this. I think now at the moment in the South African market, best value for money. This thing is definitely one of the top lights at the moment. I've shot, like I said, 400 rounds over it. I haven't had any issues with it. It just works. Puts out a beautiful light. I did run through a set of batteries. I've tested it so much. And one of the beam shots, I'll show you what happens with batteries that's low. Like I said previously, a CR123A battery will let you know it's busy dying because the light is dimming. Rechargeable battery is just going to cut off. CR123A batteries for these types of lights are the best option. This is just, I love this light. So, now you've got a couple of options from 480 BC supplies. You've got the JETBeam, you've got the Nikkor, you've got the Opsmen. You've got choices. Like I said, the Nikkor is going to Edge Custom Carry for holster design. So one of these days, there will be a holster option for that also. There's already a holster option for the Opsmen from Edge. There's holster options for the JETBeam T2 from Edge also. So, weapons mounted lights. Let's have a look at some footage of me shooting these lights in the shooting range. And I want to say thanks to Jose at Silver Arms for letting me use his range again. And some beam shots. Look at the last couple of beam shots. You'll see on the pole there, there's a target behind there. See if you can see the target. Which one of these lights lights up the target behind the flashlight that's mounted there the best?